Hi, I'm Jason Cadlick, creator of ActiveWoo. Thanks for taking a second to watch this video and to learn how you can transform the default billing screen, checkout screen from WooCommerce into a powerful, dynamic, abandoned cart, recover cart checkout that I know will increase your sales. So here's how we do it. I'm going to jump over into my settings, and all you need to do is just check this box to totally transform the checkout experience. So the way that this works is when the customer now comes to the checkout page, rather than get overwhelmed with all of these fields and boxes which look like they're going to take a long time, instead you just present them with a clean and simple contact info, a next button, and then you let them know, then we're going to ask for your billing details, and then you're going to get to confirm your order. It just really cleans up and simplifies the checkout page. So we put in our name and email address and then click the next button. And what's happened is I've just added that contact into ActiveCampaign with tags, and if this order doesn't complete, then I can send a follow-up email. If the order does complete, then again I use the tags to pull that contact out of the abandoned cart automation and then put them into my welcome and wow automation. It's so simple and it's so fast and easy to do. Let me show you how it all works. So over in ActiveCampaign, when the tag AW_RC, which is the default, anyone who abandons the cart will have that tag applied unless you change your default to something else. I then subscribe that contact to a list that I've called Abandon Cart, and you will have to add that list first, and you can call it whatever you want. But the point is, I highly recommend that you create a separate list for these contacts so that you don't accidentally send marketing information to them. It's really important that you only send one, maybe two emails to follow up someone who's abandoned their cart, and then leave them alone. Otherwise, you probably would be in violation of the ActiveCampaign's terms and conditions, or again, it's all about people reporting you as spam, gonna hurt your deliverability anyway. So make sure you add them to a separate list, wait for some amount of time. I've been using an hour, it's been working fine, and then send some kind of fun email to bring them back. Perhaps offer them a discount or just remind them of all the positive attributes that got them to your checkout in the first place. And then give them a link either back to your shop page or back to a specific product that you know they were browsing because of the tags that were set. I'll get to that in a second, but for now, keeping it simple, as soon as someone is purchased on my site, I add the tag ActiveWoo. That's the SKU of the product that I have. So when ActiveWoo is added to the contact, the first thing I do is remove the abandoned cart tag. Then I exit them from that abandoned cart automation so that they don't get the abandoned cart email. I unsubscribe them from the abandoned cart list. I subscribe them to my customers list, and then I send the welcome email out. It's so easy to set this up. Even if you have a ton of different products, you can start using this and start boosting your revenue right away. And what's really, really cool is that ActiveCampaign's emails have this feature where you can conditionally show different blocks based on the tags that people have. So if you do just have a couple of key products that you want to highlight or recover, better than, or again, to start simple and then add complexity later, what you can do is you can add blocks, make them conditional depending on what tag exists, right? So here's how that works in the settings. With ActiveWoo, when someone buys a product, the tag that's added is simply the SKU set on that product or the product category and product tag that you might also have set on that product, but at least the SKU. And so when you're using the cart recovery, the SKU will be prepended. They'll have this prefix, whatever you type in here, and then a dash, and then the SKU. But to enable that, you need to check this box, which is use the SKU plus the prefix when using the recover cart. And so when you do that and save those changes, then when somebody enters the sequence, they're going to have two tags. They're always going to have the AW, they're always going to have this tag. Now they're going to have a second tag, which would be this prefix plus this additional checkbox. I'll show you how that looks. So when you're looking at the contact record, you're going to see the abandoned cart default which is going to be AW_RC or whatever you set there if you choose to set something different, and then that same tag prepended to the SKU. So in this case, the SKU is ActiveWoo, and you can see it's this it's the main tag and then a dash and then the SKU of the product that was in the cart. So if somebody checks out with a bunch of different products in the cart, they're going to have a bunch of different tags, one for every different SKU, and it would be easy to find it and then create all your different tags, because as you're typing in, as you know, the list starts with what you're typing. And so I do recommend you avoid using spaces here if you're going to create some other prefix. Try to pick something that'll make sense for you, and then you can see these would be all the different possible tags and products that might be have had abandoned carts. So that's simply how it works. It's going to be so powerful. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Please reply to the email or click the contact page, ask me a question if you have further questions about how this works. I'll address a couple of frequently asked questions now. The first one is when they click a link back to your site, will their exact cart be there waiting for them? And the answer is maybe. The way that WooCommerce works for most websites is it will use a cookie, so that if someone clicks right back to your site and they're on the same device in the same browser that they were using previously, then yes, their cart will still be there. And in my tests, the carts survive days and even weeks. Now, if somebody started the checkout and then got interrupted and had to leave, and then they get your recover cart email and now they're on their phone and they click to your site, then no, there's no cookie set on their device browser because they've switched from their computer to their phone. So now they're on a new browser. The cookie isn't set. And so when you're creating your emails, I do recommend that if you're going to use this setup where you're going to use the SKU, put a picture of the product, another description, and then put a button that takes them right to that product page in your store. If you have an obvious cart link, then they'll see that it's still there. They'll still be able to check out. I will say that I will look into adding that functionality in the future, but again, my goal with ActiveWoo is always to keep it as simple and light as possible so that your site stays as fast as possible, and that also there's as much flexibility, and also that the plugin is robust and doesn't run into any kind of other plugin conflicts as little as possible. So I'm really excited for you to put this to work, to check it out, and to use this to take your business to the next level, adding a little bit more extra revenue. Again, Jason Kadlik, thank you so much for checking out ActiveWoo. Thank you for telling a friend about it if you have other friends who use WooCommerce. It's really, really great fun to develop these things and hear good feedback coming from the customers that this is a useful product, they've been looking for it, and thank you so much for checking it out.